Council order, roll call, please.
Christie.
Here.
Crowner.
Here.
Lightmeyer.
Here.
Lees.
Here.
Waterman.
Here.
Need to perfect and approve the agenda.
So moved.
Support.
Motion with support. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Crowner.
Aye.
Lightmeyer.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye.
Waterman.
Aye.
Christie.
Aye.
Motion carried. Consent agenda.
Motion to approve is presented.
Support.
Motion with support to approve the consent agenda items 1 through 5, which are the minutes from regular city council meeting on January 8th. Approve payment to McQueen Equipment, approve payment to Des Moines County Emergency Communications, approve payment to Uniform Den, and approve the claims list as presented in the amount of $245,321.17. Any discussion? Comments? Roll call.
Lightmeyer.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye.
Waterman.
Aye.
Christie.
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
Motion carried. Staff reports. Dan?
Only thing I have is, remind you of the Chamber's annual dinner. I think they typically want a list of names to go. I know Andy said to put him down for 2, but I think let me or Kelly know, because I think they want to make up name tags ahead of time, or at least that's how they normally do it, so get on a list that we can turn into them. They haven't been bugging me yet, but I'm sure they'll start pretty quick.
When is that, a week from Friday?
Yes.
That's what,
31st.
31st.
31st? 31st. Anybody have anything for Dan? Okay, Mike?
Just playing the Mother Nature game right now. Got some of them down to the sewer plant and water plant. I hope that went good for everybody that we got down there.
Thank you.
You guys let me know whenever you're available and want to go. I hope Rod explained all that to you guys that went. That's all I got.
Okay, anybody have anything for Mike? I do want to apologize in my press release. I forgot to mention you guys, the Public Works guys.
Oh.
So,
Big deal.
do appreciate that, and make sure you tell the guys.
Will do.
Police Department.
I went around, tagged about 14 cars today between me and Officer Covert about abandoned vehicles around town. Pretty easy to spot in the winter when there's snow packed around them and they haven't moved. So we got 14 of them tagged today. Just remind the public that we try to get them moved. We don't expect them to move every 72 hours, but that's what our ordinance is. So we try to get them moved around a little bit so we get the snow and ice and everything pushed up to the curb, so it's not like a speed bump going down some of these roads when you hit those ice patches. So had a few call in, and I explained them the rules and why we do it, and some of them are expired for 6 months with registration, and so get a few of them moved off the street.
Okay. Do you have anything for Jess? Sean?
Addressed a parking issue along Agency Street, the pet store along there. It seems like they're parking out real close to the road's edge. That is their parking lot, and they never had it striped until this year. So now it's looking like they're right there. But I did address it with him about the snow plows coming through. And I talked about it with Mike. He's gonna move those vehicles when we're out, when we have snowfall coming down. So it doesn't pose a problem for if we were to come by and throw a chunk of snow or something. And then when he gets it cleaned off, he's gonna use his lot as he has it. So as far as like a safety issue, he is getting them out of the way for our snow plows. On the fire side, had engine 2 the next night go down with a leak. We did get it taken care of. In case you're interested in what the pipe looks like, I've got a piece of it here. Basically, it's all steel pipe in there instead of stainless steel, so it's just a matter of when it wants to rot out. But we did get it fixed right away. It's fixed, so it's backing up and running. Full of water again, not leaking, which is a good thing. And that's about it. Just taking care of some other nuisances. I got a couple people with some parking problems, parking them in their yards. So, it's real easy to spot with the snowfall, because there's no snow underneath their vehicle.
Or tracks going in.
Or tracks, that's the other part, no tracks.
Okay, everybody have anything for Sean?
So that guy on agency, his parking is clear out,
Comes right close up there, yes.
but the other ones along that way, that's considered right of way? Or can
I
they
went
pull
out
their
there and-
parking lot all the way up, like Honda next door, can they fill in that little ditch thing with the,
I walked out there with him and we were looking at where the right-of-way was running, and he's right up tight on it. With the snow, there was some snow sitting there, so it's hard to see how much further his lot extends. I'm gonna pull his permit that he actually put in and just do some double verifying with some measurements when we do get the snow melted, and I want it melted soon, so I can actually go out there and verify his measurements to make sure that he's not trying to encroach on our right-of-way.
so then what about the car lot down the road when they have their parking clear out?
Our lot down the road is actually set back from the right-of-way, and Deary Brothers is pushed, I think they're about 8 foot off, because I had to deal with them on a car issue the one time. They're set back a little ways from it, but not much. They're not set back as far as the green shed tire place. If that makes sense.
Seems like it's,
It seems very close, it does, now that he's using it, he's parking up there.
Anybody else have anything for Sean? Kelly, you got anything going on?
No, not today.
Leslie?
No.
Kathy, you got anything going on?
I just wanted to thank Rod and Mike for the tour. It was fun and interesting, and I just would encourage everybody else to take that. It was really interesting. And also, I want to thank the street crew for the work last week during that storm. It's one of those difficult storms. Some storms are easy, some are hard. This one, you had the snow, you had the rain, and then a sudden drop in temperature, and now you have ice, and there's no way to prevent that. So thank them for the work they did there, too.
Thank you. Andy?
I had just talked with Dan last week about when to bring up 4th of July issues, and he thought this might be a appropriate time to bring that up. Obviously interested in running that, if the city's interested in continuing to do that. Right about now is usually when I'm booking entertainment, so I wanted to at least ask the question. If we need to get it on an agenda officially, that's fine, but wanted to ask and see what you wanted to do.
You're it. Consider it done.
Congratulations.
her last name just inherited it.
Well, I appreciate all your support. Obviously worked with all of you through the last 16 years of doing it. So I want to continue that on and maybe change a few things, but keep it going pretty much the way we've been.
If you need help, let me know.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
Don't
Actually, while we're on that, I got the annual email from the fireworks people.
Okay.
They raised it 20% last year, but then the tariffs didn't come through like they thought they would, and now there's a tentative deal with China. They're not planning on raising them at all. And I think last year we spent $10,000. So are we good to spend into $10,000 this year for the same show?
have any problems with that. I mean,
I think that's a good,
unless you wanted more show.
no, I think my goal would be year one to try to make sure we get all the budget and finances in place, get some procedures put in place in case I keel over for some reason. It's easy to pick it up and take it. So I don't see making a whole lot of changes this first year.
Okay. We have some extra money budgeted for this next year, don't you?
It's just
Like
in
2%
and out. It's
extra,
in and
yeah.
out is what it is.
Yeah.
It's always a guess when we get in donations.
Joyce, you got anything?
I just want to thank, the sewer, sewer plant. Enjoyable seeing, what we talk about all the time, so, thanks a lot.
Trish?
Ditto, and the water plant, they need a new door, a new building, windows, toilet. Like you couldn't pay me to go back in that building again, unless if you have a mouse detector and you shoot it, and then I think the whole building will collapse.
Well, that would probably
That's
be
probably one of them
eliminated.
buildings that maybe Sean B. should be condemned. Like, holy smokes.
Well, hopefully with the new water tower, we can, talk about maybe eliminating that site.
Yeah,
There's no need, that'll all go away, that can all be tore down once we get the water tower up and the new pump house out at the shop.
There are some pumps in there right now for transfer in there.
We're using them right now, yep.
Al,
but-
you got anything?
I'm good.
Okay. Never did get the proclamation, did we, Kelly? Okay.
They're gonna try next time.
Anyone wishing to address the council matters that are not on the agenda? Everybody's running to that mic. Maybe, Treese, we're gonna designate you to answer a phone from now on.
Which phone is that?
People that call in,
Bring it to
we'll
me.
give that the time for this.
Give that to me. I'll do it.
New business. Item number 1 is consider resolution setting a public hearing date to review an application for a state revolving fund and make available to the public the contents of an environmental information document for the proposed construction of water distribution system improvements / water tower. So set that public hearing for 2 weeks
March 4th.
or more.
There's
Yeah.
a 30-day,
Oh, that's right. March 4th.
So moved.
Support.
Motion with support. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Lees,
Aye.
Waterman,
Aye.
Christie,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Hightmeyer.
aye.
Motion carried. Item number 2 is to consider payment to Snyder Associates for engineering service related to the Lewis Park Resource Restoration sponsored project. And I think, Dan, you misplaced a number because the bill is $4,833.25.
Oh,
and
probably.
Your memo had $43.38. So, but the invoice is for $4,833.25.
Yep.
So move.
Support.
Motion with support. Any discussion? Roll call.
Christie,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Hightmeyer.
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Waterman.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 3 is to consider renewal of 5 right-of-way permits for Lisco for a term of 3 years. And you can see, Kelly has them listed out there and what the fees are for each one of them.
Motion to approve all 5.
Support.
Motion with support. Is there any discussion? I think one of these days we need to probably change this, the way this is done. Because it seems like you're doing, well, with Lisco, it's not that bad because they all came due at the same time. But there's others that come due at various times, and maybe we just have a, I don't know, explain it,
Well,
Kelly.
the problem is, every time they add on a project, it's a new permit, so it's hard to add it on, and they're only good for 3 years, so there's always the staggering of, expiration dates. Lisco, I do think Lisco has another permit that is due later in the year, or in maybe next year, but there's usually between 5 and 8 permits every year that expire. Our attorney is actually looking at, or kind of watching how these permits are issued, and we may be able to kind of change the way we handle those in the future. There's some court cases in the works trying to figure out some of the use issues with using our right-of-way.
There was some legislation, but they weren't addressing what's already in the code, which is the problem. There's a thing in the code that says you can't do it for any longer than 3 years, and that's what the stickler is, because you're giving away city property if you do it any longer than 3 years otherwise. So this is a lease, and you can't, they haven't fixed that yet to do like a upfront lump sum fee, which would be the easiest to do, to a one-time fee as they go in and go on from there, but the state code doesn't allow that at this point. Some cities do it anyway, but it's pretty clear that you can do it at a maximum of 5 years, but then you gotta have a public hearing and a bunch of other hoops. But 3 years, you just have to council approval, so that's why we do them 3.
We'll try.
Well, kinda working on it with the attorney, but when it's state code and legal opinions, it takes a while.
Roll call.
Crowner,
Aye.
Hightmeyer,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Waterman.
Aye.
Christie.
Aye.
Motion carried. Anybody have any old business? Anyone wishing to address the council matters that we did discuss or didn't discuss?
I will, on that GIS, Dan did pull it up. He is over, so I retracted what I said earlier if I said that he wasn't. I'm gonna pull his permit and see what he had on his drawing, if it matches with the drawing or not, and if it doesn't, it will be addressed one way or another. And the other thing is Evan Bachtel, longtime West Burlington resident, passed away last night at University of Iowa Hospitals. He was on the fire department, the CERT team, Sky Warren, member of the Masonic Temple down here. Not sure what was wrong with him, but he had come back to the fire department just strictly as a volunteer, taking care of our SCBA, and he was taking care of that for the last 3 years. But I just wanted to pass along that and our condolences. I already sent those out to his wife Mary and his family, but just wanted the council aware.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So, man.
So moved.
Second,
Support.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned. This will go